For millennia, we humans have been staring up at the stars, wondering if anyone is, staring back. The Drake equation, dreamed up by astronomer Frank Drake, tries to put a number on that question. How many detectable civilizations are out there in the Milky Way? But here's the thing about the Drake equation. It's not just a fun thought experiment, it's honestly a cosmic horror story waiting to be told. Because no matter what number the equation spits out, the answer is, well, terrifying. A universe teeming with life raises unsettling questions about our place in the grand scheme of things. A silent, empty universe is perhaps even more daunting. It really forces us to confront the sheer improbability of our own existence. So buckle up, space cadets. Let's break down why every possible outcome is mind-bending. And a little terrifying. Let's start with the loneliest scenario. What if the Drake equation equals 0? Or a number so close to 0 that for all practical purposes, we're alone in the galaxy. This means that despite the vastness of the cosmos, with its billions upon billions of stars and planets, the spark of life, and more importantly, intelligent life, is an absurdly rare occurrence. Think about it. Every planet that could have harbored life remained barren. Every chance encounter of molecules failed to ignite the flame of biology. Every potential civilization was stillborn, never getting the chance to look up at the stars and wonder, just like us. In this scenario, we are a cosmic fluke, a statistical anomaly, a one-in-a-googolplex accident. And if we're alone, if we represent the only flicker of consciousness in this vast cosmic darkness, the responsibility is crushing. Every decision we make, every action we take, determines the fate of intelligence in the galaxy. If humanity fails, if we succumb to self-destruction or cosmic catastrophe, then the experiment of intelligent life ends, perhaps forever. The universe, in all its vastness and potential, would be left with nothing but silent stars and lifeless planets. A cosmic graveyard haunted by the ghost of what could have been. It's a sobering thought, isn't it? The immense weight of being the sole custodians of consciousness in a universe that doesn't even know we exist. But maybe, just maybe, the universe isn't entirely silent. Maybe there are others out there, but we haven't found them yet. This brings us to the next terrifying possibility. So the universe is teeming with stars, planets, and potentially life. Everywhere we look, we find new worlds orbiting distant suns, and the sheer scale of it all is almost impossible to comprehend. Billions of galaxies, each with billions of stars, and around many of those stars, planets that could, in theory, support life. The Drake equation gives us a big, fat N-a-galaxy brimming with civilizations. If you crunch the numbers, it suggests that the Milky Way alone should be buzzing with intelligent life, civilizations rising and falling, sending signals, building wonders, exploring the cosmos. Yet we see no evidence, hear no signals, find no artifacts. The universe, for all its potential, remains eerily quiet. Our telescopes scan the skies, listening for even the faintest whisper from another world, but all we get is static. This is the Fermi Paradox, the deafening silence of a universe that should be talking. Where is everybody? Why, in a cosmos so vast and ancient, do we seem to be alone, or at least unable to find anyone else? Well, this is where things get really interesting and terrifying. The silence isn't just puzzling, it's unsettling, like walking into a crowded room and realizing you're the only one there. The answer might lie in something called the Great Filter. This is a concept that tries to explain why, despite all the odds, we haven't met anyone else. Imagine a cosmic obstacle course that all civilizations must navigate to reach a certain level of technological advancement, the kind that allows them to traverse the stars or blast signals across the galaxy. Each hurdle is a test, and only the rarest make it through. Now here's the chilling part. The Great Filter is not something you overcome and celebrate. It's not a finish line, but a wall that most never get past. It's an existential threat, a cosmic bottleneck that could explain why we haven't encountered any other civilizations. It's the reason the universe might be so quiet despite all its promise. And there are two terrifying possibilities. We're either incredibly lucky, or we're doomed. The odds could be in our favor, or we could be living on borrowed time. If the Great Filter is behind us, it means humanity has already cleared the most significant hurdle. We've made it through the gauntlet, survived what others could not, and now have a real shot at a future among the stars. We've survived some silent, unseen apocalypse that wiped out countless other civilizations before they could make their presence known. Maybe we're the lucky ones, the rare exception in a universe of failed attempts. Maybe it was a rogue asteroid, a gamma-ray burst, or some cosmic disaster that snuffed out life elsewhere before it could flourish, or some self-inflicted catastrophe that we, by some cosmic miracle, avoided. Perhaps we dodged the bullet of nuclear war, runaway climate change, or a technological disaster that others could not. But what if the great filter lies ahead? What if our greatest challenges are still to come, lurking in our future? What if the very factors that allowed us to thrive, our intelligence, our technological prowess, our ambition, are the very things that will ultimately lead to our demise? Could our own inventions become our undoing? Perhaps there's a ceiling to technological advancement, a point where civilizations inevitably self-destruct. Maybe every society that reaches a certain level of power ends up triggering its own downfall. Or maybe there's a cosmic predator, a lurking force that snuffs out intelligent life once it reaches a certain threshold of detectability. Something out there could be watching, waiting for civilizations to reveal themselves. The possibility of the great filter is a chilling reminder of our own fragility, a cosmic check engine light flashing on the dashboard of our civilization. It's a warning that we may not be as safe or as special as we think. It forces us to confront the possibility that our time, like countless others before us, may be running out. The silence of the universe isn't just a mystery, it's a challenge, urging us to tread carefully as we shape our future. Let's imagine for a moment that we pick up a signal. Not just any static or random noise, but a clear, deliberate message. Something that could only have come from an intelligent civilization far beyond our own world. A message from the stars, proof positive that we are not alone. The confirmation that, somewhere out there, another mind is reaching across the void, trying to make contact. It's the moment humanity has been dreaming of. The confirmation that our little blue planet is not the only island of intelligence in the vast cosmic ocean. For generations, we've gazed up at the night sky and wondered if anyone else is looking back. But before we break out the champagne and welcome our alien overlords, let's consider the implications, because first contact might be more terrifying than we realize. The excitement could quickly give way to anxiety as the world grapples with the unknown. History teaches us that encounters between vastly different civilizations rarely end well for the less advanced party. The lessons of our own past are sobering. Time and again, the arrival of a technologically superior culture has resulted in the exploitation, subjugation, or even eradication of the indigenous population. The consequences have often been devastating and irreversible. Think of the European colonization of the Americas, the scramble for Africa, or countless other examples throughout human history. The pattern is clear. The more advanced civilization almost always dominates. Now, imagine that same power dynamic playing out on a cosmic scale. The stakes are no longer just about land or resources, but about the very survival of our species. What if the aliens who contacted us aren't the benevolent explorers of science fiction, but rather driven by motives we can barely comprehend? Their intentions could be as alien to us as their biology. They could view us as a resource to be exploited, as raw material for their own advancement, a threat to be neutralized, or a potential rival to be eliminated before we ever pose a challenge, or simply an insignificant blip on their cosmic radar, unworthy of notice or compassion. And it's not just about malicious intent. Even the most well-meaning contact could have unforeseen consequences. Even well-intentioned contact could have disastrous consequences. A simple misunderstanding, or the introduction of new technology or ideas, could destabilize our world in ways we can't predict. The mere act of revealing our presence to a more advanced civilization could disrupt the delicate balance of our planet, our society, and our collective psyche. Our very understanding of our place in the universe could be shattered. Imagine the chaos, the fear, the uncertainty that would ripple through every nation and every community. The societal upheaval that would follow the arrival of an alien spacecraft on Earth could be unlike anything we've ever experienced. Our world would never be the same. So while the dream of contact is alluring, and the hope for cosmic companionship is strong, the reality could be far more complex and far more terrifying. The unknown is both thrilling and deeply unsettling. It's a cosmic gamble with stakes higher than we can possibly imagine. The question remains, are we truly ready to roll the dice? Perhaps the most unsettling possibility is that the universe is teeming with life, but life that is utterly indifferent to our existence. Imagine a reality where we are surrounded by countless civilizations, each so absorbed in their own journeys that they never even notice us. The silence we experience is not because we are alone, but because we are simply irrelevant to the grander stories unfolding all around us. Imagine a cosmos where civilizations rise and fall like fireflies on a summer night, their signals crisscrossing the galaxy, their stories unfolding over eons. Each flicker of light represents a world, a culture, a history, brief and brilliant, then gone. The universe is alive with activity, but we are like distant observers unable to join the conversation. And yet we remain oblivious, our technology too primitive to detect them, our understanding too limited to comprehend their existence. We search the skies, listening for a signal. But perhaps we lack the right tools, or even the right senses, to perceive what is truly out there. In this scenario, we are like ants scurrying beneath the feet of giants, unaware of the complex civilizations unfolding above us. Our world is small, our perspective limited, and the greater realities pass us by unnoticed. Or perhaps we are like fish in a vast ocean, swimming in a sea of radio waves and hyperspace communications that we lack the senses to perceive. The signals are all around us, but we are blind and deaf to their presence, unable to even imagine the scale of what we're missing. The universe in this scenario is not actively hostile, but simply indifferent. It neither welcomes nor rejects us. It simply goes on, vast and unconcerned, as we search for meaning within it. Our hopes, our dreams, our fears, are of no consequence to the grand cosmic drama playing out around us. The universe is a stage so immense that our stories are but fleeting whispers, lost in the endless expanse. We are like children shouting into the void, our voices lost in the immensity of space and time. No echo returns, and the silence can feel overwhelming, a reminder of our smallness. This indifference, this cosmic silence, can be more terrifying than any alien invasion. It is the realization that the universe owes us nothing, and that our search for connection may go forever unanswered. It forces us to confront the possibility that we are not the center of the universe, that our existence is not unique, and that our place in the grand scheme of things is far less significant than we might like to believe. We are a single note in a cosmic symphony, easily overlooked. And yet there's a strange beauty in this realization. The very vastness that humbles us also inspires awe, reminding us of the wonder that surrounds us. The universe, in its indifference, frees us from the burden of cosmic significance. We are liberated to find meaning in our own lives, to create our own stories, and to seek connection with those around us. It allows us to embrace the preciousness of our own existence, to cherish the bonds we forge with one another, and to marvel at the wonders of the cosmos without the need for external validation. In the end, perhaps it is this very indifference that makes our fleeting moments all the more meaningful. So whether we're alone or not, the universe is a scary place. The Drake equation doesn't just ask if we're alone, it asks what kind of universe we live in, and every answer is mind-bending. Are we the only sparks of consciousness in a vast cosmic desert? Have we already dodged a bullet that wiped out countless other civilizations? Or are we blindly marching towards our own extinction, unaware of the dangers that lie ahead? These are the questions that keep me up at night, staring up at the stars. They are questions without easy answers, but they are questions worth asking. Because in grappling with the vastness of the universe and the mysteries it holds, we gain a deeper appreciation for the fragility and preciousness of our own existence. Want to hear some wild theories about what the Great Filter could be? Let me know in the comments.